This video is going to be a comparison of Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Whey Protein versus Transparent Labs Whey Protein Isolate. Now, before we get started, if you are interested in either one of these, and again, I don't care if you want to buy either one. If you don't want to buy any, there's plenty of protein powders out there. But if you're interested in it, the link will be in the description box to get you guys the best price possible. So you'll have to go to the description box and get that link. All right, I'll give you guys a little bit of an outline of this video, what you're about to watch. First, I'll start talking about each product. I'll talk about the brand behind the product. I'll talk about the formulas and the price. Then I will transition into my experience with both. Yes, I've used both Transparent Labs protein and Gold Standard Whey by Optimum Nutrition protein. Gold Standard's been around for so long, so I've been kind of off and on with them. And Transparent Labs been around for a couple of years now, and I've been off and on with them as well. So I'll explain my experience with both. And then what I'll do at the end, and you see I have these mixing cups. I will add some water to them, the same amount of water. I'll scoop a thing of protein, put it in the shaker bottle, shake them up. I'll pour them into a glass jar so you can kind of see the consistency, and I'll taste them, and obviously I've already tasted them before, but I'll kind of give it a live taste test, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. And then we'll kind of just wrap up the video from there. Okay, let's start with Transparent Labs. As you can see, this is their protein powder. It has 30 servings in it, 28 grams of protein per serving. You could read the rest of the label. It's 100% grass-fed whey protein isolate. So if you're looking for a grass-fed type of protein, this is a very good option. It's very clean. It's a very clean brand. We'll talk about the brand here in a second. The good news is we're comparing it against Optimum Nutrition, which is also, if you could see right there, a whey protein isolate. This is a brand new bag I just purchased at Costco. So if you want, I'll talk about price later on. Transparent Labs has been around for a few years now. I've been covering them since they launched a while back, and they've really grown heavily. And there's a lot of influencers in the fitness space and a lot of online, I guess, marketers you could call them that promote these products. And they have all sorts of different supplements. They mainly focus in the fitness area in terms of, protein powders, pre-workouts, testosterone boosters, and they got greens powder, they got a reds, they got multivitamins, they got all sorts of vitamin supplements too. But they really focus in on, the workout, active lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of their forte, so to speak. They're a very clean brand. They have rigorous testing, third-party testing. They have, you could kind of see all the kind of things, no artificial sweeteners, no artificial coloring, gluten-free, no preservatives. Those are all big things if you're looking for clean protein, okay? They definitely fit the bill on that. The product itself, again, I've been taking it off and on for about a year now, probably over a year. And it's a very high quality protein powder, okay? And let's talk about the price real quick with Transparent Labs, 100% grass-fed whey protein isolate. For a one-time purchase, it's $59.99. This is an expensive, quote-unquote, high-quality protein powder. It's not the most expensive out there, but it's definitely something that you're going to want to talk about or think about before you actually make that investment, because the one that we're comparing it to is much cheaper, but for reasons, for specific reasons. If you wanted to subscribe monthly with this, you're looking at $53.99 per month. Okay, so you can save $6 a month if you subscribe. Not bad. All right, let's talk about Optimum Nutrition and their Gold Standard Whey, which is probably one of the most popular protein powders out there. because, in my opinion, it's probably one of the cheapest protein powders out there. And I'll talk about all of that, but you're getting 24 grams of protein per serving. It's a whey protein isolate. It's got all the third-party testing and all that. It's a very legitimate, nutrition brand that makes supplements. There's 5.5 grams of BCAAs in each serving. That's a big one. Okay, that's a big one for people that kind of want that, right? Because there's a lot of good benefits in this. Now, I'll talk about the price in a second. Let's talk about the brand itself. So it's very similar, on par to Transparent Labs in terms of catering to people that are into working out in the gym, whether you're trying to lose weight or if you're trying to pack on pounds. I fall into the latter when it comes to that. Like, for context for everybody out there, I'm trying to put on muscle. I started my workout journey at 190 pounds. I'm up to 205 pounds. My bench is up, my squat is up. And I always have some kind of a protein powder on hand at all times. Now, I have my favorites just based on me personally testing them or using them and kind of seeing results, and as far as taste goes and results. So, I think Optimum Nutrition is a really good brand when it comes to fitness and working out. Let's talk about the price very vaguely, because I don't want to get too specific with it, because it's sold on so many different websites, either third-party websites, their own personal brand website, Amazon. I actually picked this up at Costco. This thing's huge, by the way, and you can see how big it is compared to the Transparent Labs container here. But yeah, I picked this up at Costco. It was $49.99. I can't guarantee that it's going to be there, because you know how Costco is. If you shop there, like, things like just fall off the shelves like super fast and sell out. But if you check this out, there is 80 servings on this thing. 80 servings, and this was $49.99 for 80 servings. It's crazy. But like I said, like, I'll buy it just because sometimes I want to save money. And we'll just talk about my experience next. All right, let's talk about my experience with both Transparent Labs grass-fed whey protein isolate and Optimum Nutrition. I've had these ones in the tubs. They also have these bags. I don't really care either way, whatever my protein comes in. Sometimes I like the tubs better, but these things aren't bad as long as these zip tie things work. Okay, so let's talk about Transparent Labs first. I've been on and kind of off with this. I use it for multiple different things. This is a vanilla peanut butter flavor. There's, I think, 15 flavors, and there's also an unflavored version of their protein powder, which is very interesting. I've never gone the unflavored route, but I've gotten the chocolate, the vanilla, and I've also gotten this peanut butter one because my wife and I think one time made peanut butter protein cookies or something like that. And we wanted a peanut butter type of vanilla protein powder. This kind of fit the bill. We went on their website, bought it. We've heard about them long ago. And, we buy it every once in a while. We buy these ones, and they're good to bake with, and they're also good for that post-workout recovery shake. It is a very high-quality protein. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely up there in probably the top 3 for sure. It's very good. The taste is good. The mix is good. We'll kind of go over that. I've always had good results with this. The one thing I really do like about it is there's 28 grams of protein per serving. I wish there was more BCAAs in each serving, but it is what it is. 28 grams of protein with a whey protein isolate is actually really good compared to, other brands. I mean, they definitely crush that. Plus, you're getting grass-fed. It digests better in the stomach. And overall, I've had a really good experience with Transparent Labs. Can't say one thing bad about them, really. Just wish it was a little cheaper, I guess. But that brings me to my next point with Optimum Nutrition. When I want to save money, I go with Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Whey. So if I'm kind of on a tighter budget for a month or something, or if I find a deal at Costco for $49.99, you know, I'm gonna take it. But I will say that it's really not the best protein powder. It's not even close. It doesn't mix as good. It's got like that. It's got the aftertaste that you just don't want. There's clumps in it sometimes, not crazy clumps, but enough where it's like, God, I can't stand to swallow this thing. But it gets the job done and it's cheap. So like if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend a bunch of money on a protein powder, then this is definitely something that you want to go get. You could use it for baking. You could use it for post-workout recoveries. You could use it for a morning smoothie or morning protein shake to kind of fill you up a little bit. You could hit your protein goals with either one of these if you follow macros, which I do. And you know, overall, like this thing, I don't have a terrible experience with Optimum Nutrition. It's an experience of like, you know, if I'm on a tight budget, this thing kind of saves me. You know, I'm always going to have this huge thing for probably the next couple months, and I'm going to use it. You know, I'm not going to love it as much as Transparent Labs in terms of the taste and the texture and the way it mixes, but it's going to get the job done, right? That's all I really care about sometimes. However, I will say that if you can afford the better protein, get the better protein. All right, let's get this mixability taste test process going so you guys can kind of see how they mix. All right, let's go over some details on what I did. I usually mix my protein with water or milk, but this time I'm not going to waste my milk because I probably won't have both of these protein shakes. That wouldn't be really good for me right now. But it looks like I got 9 ounces of water in both of these cups. So 9 ounces of this water in here, 9 ounces of water in here. So it's a very fair shake up, you know, versus. Here's what the protein powder looks like for Transparent Labs. Very good. Okay, it's very fine. It smells, if you like peanut butter, it smells really good for peanut butter. Not everybody likes peanut butter. But what I'll do here is I'll just put the 1 scoop. As you can see, 1 scoop is going in. Okay, get that thing in there. And make sure this is on correctly so it doesn't go spilling all over my desk. Give it a shake. Shake it in front of the camera so you guys don't think I'm going to my kitchen or something and mixing it up in a blender. This will be a fair assessment. Fair competition, as you can say. And I recommend after you shake it up or mix it up, whatever you use, to kind of just open up this lid and let those air bubbles kind of go. All right, next up, Gold Standard Whey. Get you a sneak peek inside here. That's a big old bag. Optimum Nutrition Whey, Gold Standard. All right, reach in there. Here is 1 scoop going in. It's going in. You know, it smells good. It's a double chocolate or extreme milk chocolate. Sorry, extreme milk chocolate. It's, you know, it's intense. Very extreme. It does smell like chocolate. I'll mix it up. Give it a little mixaroonie. Really mix it. Make sure. After a while, I just get tired doing it. You know, I usually like to chug mine too. Just let it sit there for a little bit. All right, I'll pour Transparent Labs in here. Good looking protein powder right there, or protein drink, I should say. All mixed up. That looks really good. Smells really good. Come around this side of the camera. Pour this one in there. Oh, there's clumps. Oh man, wish you could have saw that. Clumps in there. Okay. it's just, it doesn't mix as well. Not gonna lie, it's just, yep, something on the bottom there, but hey, it gets the job done and it's cheap. All right, Transparent Labs first. Again, this is the peanut butter. I don't even like peanut butter all that much, but give it a taste. Wow, it's really good. It's creamy. And it's only water. Like, imagine if I mix this with milk, which I already know what it tastes like, obviously, but with water, it's good consistency. It's smooth going down. It smells good. It doesn't have a bad aftertaste at all. It doesn't like stick to your teeth. It's not really chalky. It's a high quality protein powder. This is still bubbly or frothy, whatever you want to call it. Here it comes. Chocolatey, bad aftertaste. I mean, not terrible, just not as good as a high quality protein, but gets the job done. I'll do one more. It's chalky. You kind of get that grindy taste in your teeth. Almost sticks to them. Man, there's a huge difference there. It's crazy. It's so wild, but it's the truth. It is what it is. Again, this is the Transparent Labs Whey Protein Isolate versus Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Whey. In conclusion, Transparent Labs I 100% love more than Optimum Nutrition. But this is, again, $59.99. And if you're on a budget, this whole thing was $49.99. It's got 80 servings in it. I got it from Costco. I don't know if they sell that online. I usually get the tubs online for like 39 bucks or something for the same amount of servings, like 30 or 28. But Transparent Labs for the premium protein powder definitely is premium. I just did it side to side. I already knew this anyway, but just kind of showing everyone else. Gold standard for the win when it comes to budget, when it comes to somebody that just needs to get the job done and doesn't really want to spend the extra money on the premium. Still nothing wrong with it. Can't fault anybody for doing it. That's why they're there.